Hello, everyone. Welcome to Moon Mage. Today's tarot messages are connected to the full moon happening in Cancer on January 3rd, 2026. This is the first full moon of 2026, and it's packing a bit of a punch. I always tell everybody in these pick a message tarot readings that if you're not interested in hearing the overview of what kind of energy this full moon in Cancer is ushering in, go ahead, look at the thumbnail, look at the intro to feel into which one of those colored stars are speaking to you and receive your message. But for those of you that are interested, I am going to do a brief overview of what this lunation is bringing in. So being that this is the full moon in Cancer, and Cancer is governed by the full moon, it is its governing body, it's its rulership. It packs a big punch, and it's all about the emotions and our feelings, right? Cancer is all about how we feel in our environment, in our home environment, how we feel internally. This full moon could really usher in a tidal wave or a tsunami of feelings that feels uncomfortable, but also positive because it's coming up for us to understand it, to see it, to look at our feelings and not ignore them. With that crab energy of Cancer, we have this propensity at times when the feelings seem too much or too overwhelming to want to retreat back into our shell and not face them. But this lunation is saying, no, it's time to feel the feelings, to understand them, and to make sure that we are facing them, so that if there's ones that are trying to tell us a story about something that we need to either release or move towards, we're not ignoring them for fear that. This lunation is asking for complete vulnerability, for letting our feelings rise up to the surface to be seen, noticed, and understood. But it can be uncomfortable, right? Anything really emotional or deep can be uncomfortable and make us feel out of sorts. And vulnerability tends to do that to us as well, because most of us aren't really comfortable with being vulnerable. We see it as weakness, but it's actually such a strength. This lunation also ushers in a lot of intuition, spiritual connection, dreaminess. So you could be having a lot of dreams at this time. I highly recommend keeping a dream journal beside the bed over the next week or so, because it's going to be intensified and amplified dreamy energy with messages and divine downloads at this time. We are being asked to release old patterns that are not serving us, that affect us emotionally. We're being asked to look at our people-pleasing tendencies. We're being asked to look at the people that we keep company with, and do they drain our energy, or do they support us, motivate us? Are they good for us, essentially? These kinds of things are going to come up. Most of us are going to be wanting to seek refuge at this time. Feelings of safety and comfort are really going to be prevalent. So self-care is really important under this lunation as well. And as always, any emotions have the propensity to help us heal or to drown in them. So we want to be mindful of that. We want to allow them, we want to feel them, but we don't want to let them overthrow all of our sense of logic and understanding and wisdom, right? We want to try to find a way to find coherence and balance with what we feel and what to do with those feelings, if that makes any sense. I wrote some notes here. I just want to make sure I'm not forgetting anything. There's a lot of things that comes with this full moon. It's essentially kicking off how we want to feel going into this new year. And again, I think I said it, but it's going to bring a lot of epiphanies. So be ready for that. Pay attention. You can have a lot of emotional truths come to the surface. Trust them, lean into them. A lot of niggles, a lot of nudges. Write them all down and pay attention to them. And then you can go back over them and see what they are trying to tell you, especially if we're in a bit of confusion. But really good time for self-care and understanding ourselves and really looking at the feelings that we avoid a lot of the time. But again, just be mindful of allowing these emotions to drown us in such a way that we get swept away with them and we forget that they were meant to be showing us how to move forward in the best way, rather than keeping us, almost feeling like we're drowning essentially under that water, like hampered and stuck. So these are just some of the energies to be mindful of under this lunation. I really, really do recommend keeping a dream journal, or just a journal in general, to write down all the things that come through, because many of us are going to be receiving a lot of divine downloads and wisdom. And that's going to be especially true if you are a water sign, because you tend to be more deep feeling anyways. Rising, not just a sun sign as a water sign, but also if it's your rising sign, you're likely to very much be feeling spiritually connected under this lunation. But I won't bang on about that anymore. There's so many things I could touch on with that, but I'll leave that there. Give yourself a second to feel into which one of those images is speaking to you. And I'm going to get started here with message number 1. Hello, message 1. As I always do, I went ahead and pulled the main overarching energies that are coming in at this time for you under this lunation, just to save a little bit of time in the video, but we will look at them together. Okay, it's a disseminating moon, and the message here says, take time to breathe out. That makes so much sense with this lunation. It's asking all of us to step back and really get in touch with our heart, our soul, and our emotions at this time. We've got last quarter moon in Libra, so some Libra energy. Libra is very much connected to relationship and finding harmony and balance in all things. And it says, make time for self-love. So you likely haven't been making yourself a priority as of late. And with that, take time to breathe out. It's amplified this energy. That the necessity of it is very, very much important for you at this time. It's likely because not only will it make you feel better, mind, body, soul, but you're likely going to receive some wisdom, some information, some guidance, and epiphanies under this lunation. Ooh, okay. We've got more water energy, and it's Pisces energy, and it says forgive. So needing to heal emotionally, I'm feeling here for you guys. Maybe your emotions have been out of sorts. You've been overwhelmed. You've been dealing with hard and heavy things, or grappling with things within yourself that you need to forgive, or something that somebody else did that you need to forgive. But really, really strong message here that it's time to take a time out. Make yourself, your emotions, and what you need at this time a massive priority, because it's definitely out of balance. This is on the side of challenge, making time for self-love. What do we need to forgive here? What are we holding on to? What kind of pain or beliefs or patterns that are really affecting your emotional state rather, and your mind, your mental state as well? Because I keep feeling a pulse in my head. So I wonder if some of you have been having headaches, or almost like, your temples, like needing to rub your temples a lot. Usually that's an indication that we're living too much in our mind, and we really need to drop down into our body and our heart. But what are we needing to forgive? For some reason, I think some of you need to forgive yourselves for something. But definitely there's the other side of that, where some of you have definitely had an issue or a situation with somebody where they've hurt you, their words, their deeds, their actions, and you're not really sure what to do with it, or you don't know how to let it go at this time. I feel like that's going to be showing up for a lot of you as well. And I always say this, and I'll say it again, forgiveness is never for those that have hurt or wronged us. It's always for ourselves, so that we don't carry those heavy emotions with us as we move about our lives. Bright tides. Within every moment of chaos, there's a chance to transform and renew. Harmony and duality. Ooh, that's interesting. Within every moment of chaos, there's a chance to transform and renew. Harmony and duality. Yeah, and that duality is that for every bit of light and positivity, there's always going to be a dark side. That's just the nature of life. And it does look like some of you have really gone through it. You've been through something difficult where there was chaos, disharmony, frustration, hurt, and pain. Needing to move beyond this now, letting it go, healing yourself, giving yourself that love and self-care is going to really help you move forward. As it says, there's bright tides ahead. So something positive wants to result out of something difficult that you've been through, message 1. And it's so hard to see when we're in the thick of it. Self-awareness. Okay. Accept yourself as you are and embrace your true self. Imperfections and all, an honest reflection. This full moon is so good for reflection about how we feel, how we want to feel, the company we keep. Whether we're leaning too much into people pleasing, whether the people that we surround ourselves with are draining us or supporting us. And with that forgive, I think maybe you're too hard on yourself here, message 1. Self-awareness. Accept yourself as you are and embrace your true self. Imperfections and all, an honest reflection. I think some of you are holding on to what you perceive as mistakes or things that you think you got wrong, and you're holding yourself to an account that is out of control at this point, really keeping yourself stuck to a past mistake and operating from that pattern and that system, and that needs to break apart. And for others, I definitely think that you have somebody else that you need to forgive. Again, not for them, but for you, so that you don't hold on to this energy and start moving forward into 2026 with an operating system that's coming from a place of fear and another person's belief about you, or what they said or what they did, right? With fear, with overly guarded for some reason. I think that might be a thing for some of you too, especially if we've gone through something chaotic with a partnership. I feel like that becomes even more true, because we tend to move towards new relationships with fear and overly guarded. So we kind of block out anything really beautiful that could come in. I don't even know why I'm feeling like I need to say that, because I think maybe it's a thing for some of you. Either way, it's all about you right now. Message 1. It's all about making you a priority, your emotional and mental needs a priority, giving yourself over to self-care, reflection, self-love. Make time for self-love. I really do think some of you are way too hard on yourselves here. And this lunation is going to offer you the opportunity to see yourself and your situation and what you've been through that's been really hard and heavy from a different lens, through a different perspective, a more honest one. I'm hearing that Christina Aguilera song. Was it called "You're Beautiful No Matter What They Say, Words Can't Bring You Down"? I wonder if somebody said something that has made you feel quite insecure and less than for some of you. Okay. We've got 9 of Ariel. Your dreams are fulfilled. Hard work leads to great success. A love for the beautiful things in life. I think there was something that was some sort of chaotic thing, a conflict, a situation that made this energy kind of just shut right down for you guys. Peace. Release the past. There is more enriching future coming. Let go and let God. Okay, I feel like we're moving more towards what's coming as a result of the hard things that you've been through. You've got this 9 of Ariel. You've got dreams and fulfillment, blessings that want to come through, peace that wants to come to you through this lunation and taking this time out for self-care, self-reflection. I really think that you will receive divine downloads and information, understandings and truth. Let me know if you're a water sign, or any of you that chose message 1 are water signs. Definitely getting a strong sense of water energy here. Queen of Gabriel. You can do anything right now. Go after what you want, the ability to attract helpful people. Ooh. So if you've been down and out, and it definitely looks like you have been here, message 1, help is going to be arriving for you. But we first must make space for ourselves, to heal, to move through the heavy emotions, to see things from a different perspective. 2 of Ariel. It's important to have balance. Libra energy up there. Working multiple jobs or projects at once, making work fun. Yeah, finding balance in all things, right? Trying to find the lightheartedness and joy in things, even though it might not actually be the case for you right now. I definitely think a lot of you have been mentally and emotionally drained. Look, there's that divine guidance. The search for meaning in life. Consider an alternate approach. Surround yourself with wise teachers or friends. And I feel like that could be something that's been missing for a lot of you. Feeling like you have the support that you need and the right people around you. Yeah, divine guidance. I just think you've got divine guidance that is going to come through for you, message 1. If you can, even if it's just for a day, a few hours, spend some time in contemplation, reflection, with a journal. Write down everything you receive. Keep a dream journal beside the bed. I really think they're going to be strongly helped with this, because you've got this beautiful energy that wants to show up for you. This says under the Queen of Gabriel, which I didn't read, passionate, charming, brilliant, and independent. That's you. The center card represents you. You can do anything right now. Go after what you want, the ability to attract helpful people. And then we have wise teachers and friends over here. So be open to new connections that are going to be sent your way. And because, these lunations are not a one-off, they have far-reaching energy. Everyone always thinks it's just, within a couple of days of it on either side of the moon. That's not true. You can have a 6-month arc, right, to the next new moon in Cancer, right, which I think is in June of 2026. So give yourself over to this reflection, this meditation, contemplation, to healing something out and seeing your situation through a different lens and seeing yourself through a much healthier lens, because I don't think you have been, because you've got beautiful energy that wants to be shipped your way. Peace, prosperity, a new passion project, and new people. And this lunation is going to be shipping a lot of divine downloads and guidance towards you. Information, write it down. I can't stress that enough. And you have been through it. It definitely looks like you've been through it here, message 1. But I feel like that is shifting for you now. Like this, it's almost like after that kind of tsunami energy where the tides are turning and it's a crazy looking ocean, you're coming into calmer, stiller waters. And this lunation is going to help to anchor that energy in for you, so you can see how you're moving forward and what and who you're moving towards. There's a lot of energy here around passion projects too, and following your soul's true calling that's connected to people who are going to be more aligned with who you are. That's really strong in this message as well. Okay, we've got, it looks like this. Passages. Ooh, spiritual signs of inclination. You're walking through passages of your transformation. Wow. I'm so curious. Whoever chose message 1, do you know what your astrological placements are? Your big 3, essentially, sun, moon, rising. I'm very curious to know if you have a lot of water energy or even maybe air energy as well. Very spiritually connected you are. And this full moon is really going to amplify that connection. Really be open to it. Spiritual signs of inclination. You're walking through passages of your transformation. 100%. Even though I feel it's been really rough for you, I definitely get this hang on kind of energy, because epiphanies are forthcoming. And then there's the other one. Okay, a note on love. Seek different seasons and enter into the unknown. When love is the focus, foundation, and goal, blessed is the body, mind, and soul. Okay. When love is the focus, and we do lose focus on what we were once passionate about or what we had a love for, right? If we've been surrounding ourselves with hard people, if there's been chaos and conflict, we do lose sight of that. That's just human. But this is about finding your way back to this energy, because something that you were doing was worth it, had something to it. It might needed to be shifted. It might have been that you needed to receive help from different people, better people, a new situation. But there's something about, I feel something you were doing that was worth it, and that maybe just needs some tweaking so that it's made better, stronger. But we need to get back to this energy on infusing whatever it is we're doing, moving towards trying to create, cultivate, infusing it with a lot of love and joy again. But we need to give yourself some time here for that, to get back into that more positive energy of passion, feeling passionate and inspired again. I really do think some of you have had hard people, or people that were draining your energy, or just not as supportive as they could have been or should have been in a situation. That's a hard one. That is a hard one. Got a lot of glare on this. Sorry about that, guys. I'm gonna have to fix the light. All right, we're going to cap this off with one final message here using my heart cards, since we're in this beautiful emotional energy of Cancer. I was like, no, I think I need to use my heart cards too for these messages. at this intuition. Wowzers. Trust your intuition and know that what seems logical may not necessarily be right. The answer to your question lies inside your heart. Endless possibilities exist for you. Stop trying to work it all out and feel your way through. We, your angels, will guide you. Trust your feelings. What feels right is right. I'm going to read that again. What feels right is right. It's not going to look logical and practical. You have so much intuition that wants to come online in the most massive, profound way over the next little while. You really, really need to trust your gut, your niggles, your intuition, what's coming through, what feels good, even if it seems impractical, illogical, unrealistic. There's going to be something to it that you need to trust and follow. Yeah, massively being guided at this time, divinely inspired, divine inspiration coming through, divine guidance right there. So whatever helps you to get out of your mind and really center to do that, whether it's physical activity, walking, actual meditation, or just sitting journaling with your favorite drink, say yes to yourself and give yourself over to it. I feel message one that you are really going to receive a lot of divine guidance that's going to help move you into this beautiful Queen of Gabriel energy, into this peace, into where your dreams are coming true. It's like a reset for you at this time under this lunation. Say yes to the reset. Give yourself over to it. Make yourself a priority. I feel like it's going to bring in so much wisdom for you. But anyways, I won't keep saying that. I will leave that there. And I hope all of you have the most amazing, beautiful day. Take care, guys. Hello, message 2. So as I normally do, I went ahead and pulled the main overarching energies to save a little time in the video, but we will look at them together. Okay, we have third quarter moon, and it says adjustments are required. So this might be a time where we have to go back over something or have a reset, a redo of sorts. This lunation is really good for helping with that, making things better and stronger, because we have a stronger understanding around not just what logically makes sense, but we get these deep intuitive nudges under this lunation. I feel like there's something to that for you guys. Okay, so full moon in Taurus, and it says detoxify. All right, coming on the side of challenge. A couple of things with this, especially after the holidays, for a lot of us, we can feel out of sorts or off because maybe we've been eating and indulging and doing things that aren't the best for our body, and we need to detoxify in that way. In a very practical sense, Taurus is earth, very practical. But I also think maybe for some of you, needing to detoxify energies that you've absorbed from other people, holding on to their thoughts, their beliefs, their negativity in some kind of way could be affecting you, body, mind, soul, or a situation, and needing to really kind of take a time out, a step back from certain people to see, is this really mine or their belief? And how has that affected what it is that I'm doing? Other people's energies. Okay, we've got New Moon in Sagittarius. It says focus on the positive. Yeah, I think some of you have absorbed some negativity from others and sort of lost sight of a few things. And, I will say, if we have to go back in and adjust something that we've worked really hard on and that we were trying to do, that can be frustrating and exhausting. But my feeling is that it'll be made better and stronger, even though it's going to be a little bit more work for you. Focusing on the positive, getting back to that kind of energy, because we've got just two, I guess, earth and fire. So when it's earth and fire, I feel like we're building something that's sort of a passion project, or we've had a lot of passion connected to something that we're trying to build or put a structure around. And it's been daunting and exhausting. But I do think that because this is the full moon in Cancer, you're being asked to take a step back, give yourself over to cleansing, clearing your body, doing a literal detox or a mental detox, or maybe both for some of you, so that you can see how you can navigate forward from a more positive mindset. All right. Ooh, unknown path. Accept uncertainty and welcome unexpected adventures with courage. Uncharted journey. Ooh, okay. So something about these adjustments that are required in what you're doing is going to lead you towards something that maybe you haven't done or considered before. And that can be really scary because it's not predictable for us. But this is sort of like a yes, give it a go, give it a chance, take a risk, essentially. So a bit of a heads up for my message twos there. Accept uncertainty and welcome unexpected adventures with courage, uncharted journey. But I feel like it wouldn't be coming through this way if there wasn't something positive in it. Beyond time. Okay. Remember to live in the present while being aware of the bigger picture, fully present. Needing to get grounded, that Taurus energy, right? Detoxify. Needing to be really present, not so much in worry and hurried energy, because I definitely get a hurried energy for some of my message twos, like feeling like you got to go, do, create, be productive. And this is sort of saying step back, get centered, and then you will see the bigger picture more easily and remember your why. Remember what it is that you're doing, being able to focus on the positive more. I get the sense that maybe some of you feel like time is running out, and it's not. My feeling is it's not for you guys. Remember to live in the present while being aware of the bigger picture. Yeah, fully present. I do feel like a lot of you have this feeling of time is running out. And I really don't think it is for you guys. So let's pull some tarot cards to go with this. All right. You know, something about money for you guys, whatever it is that you're doing or building, I feel like there's abundance ahead with it, within these adjustments. But we kind of need to take that step back under this lunation, right? Full moon in Cancer provides us intuition. It provides us divine downloads, wisdom, guidance, a reset energy to get really clear body, mind, and soul and hook into our spirits more and help us move forward to get to that kind of energy. And I really feel that for you guys. Oh, okay. I really feel like you guys are going to receive some help with this. If you take a break, if you give yourself a little bit of a timeout to get sorted out and cleared out, again, body, mind, soul, because I do think it's two things. I think for some of you, physically, you're feeling off, but it's also mentally. I think you've absorbed negativity from others. Geez, okay. We're going to go like this, and I'm going to take that because I think it's supposed to be there. Okay, we've got a dream come true, believe in yourself, the end of a difficult situation. I love where we're going here, and it's the star energy. And the star is all about hope, faith, trust, remembering the bigger picture, staying focused on the positives. There's some, almost like it feels like there's been a dark cloud around you of stress and worry and fear and negativity. And this is wanting to be healed out. And this full moon can really help with that. I would say yes to this because you've got some beautiful new things coming your way that you might not have anticipated, that might not have been on your bingo card, but they're meant to be leaned into by you. Yeah, believe in yourself, the end of a difficult situation. This too shall pass. And you know, I'm really noticing the number 17 for whatever reason. So 17 could be important for you, the 17th of a month. Look at this leap of faith. Believe in yourself. Listen to your heart. Do what gives you joy. Wow. That's that God force energy. 0, right? It's that let go and let God. Trust. I think we've kind of lost the ability to trust with things here. And it makes sense when we have this energy up here that's more difficult, or when we're exhausted because we have to redo something or go back over or try a new thing that we hadn't considered. That's all exhausted energy. But you know, it feels like it's going to be so worth it for you guys. Listen to your heart, do what gives you joy. And remember, all of our hearts are going to be speaking really loud under this full moon. Taking a leap of faith, moving towards an unknown path and accepting uncertainty. Really big messages for you guys. Nice. King of Ariel, successful, stable, accomplished, and powerful. Your plans are working out very well. Professional and financial success, using resources wisely. I was feeling that for you guys. I really think that once these adjustments are made and this new territory is being leaned into by you, it's going to bring some sort of abundance in for you. And that's just sort of reiterating what I was already feeling for you guys. That's what you connect to, because this card represents you, the person, what you're capable of, the energy that you're going to be moving towards if we allow this other energy to be leaned into, essentially. Your plans are working out very well. Professional and financial success, using resources wisely. Successful, stable, accomplished, and powerful. Yeah, I think you're being asked to get into this energy. King of Ariel. Yep. Okay. Oops. Look at that. Solutions. Yep. Archangel Zadkiel, success that comes from objective compromise, self-control, and patience, forgiving and healing energy. I think this is just coming for you whether you accept it or not. And I feel like the message is to accept it, because this full moon in Cancer really brings that kind of energy and healing energy, emotional wisdom, understanding, intelligence. So yes, you've got solutions that are about to appear for you. There is a slight, like a heads up, little danger here that you might get that tunnel vision and not want to be open to it. But I feel like the message is to be very open to it, to trust solutions, even if they don't make sense to you at first. But because I feel like they're going to lead to this positive success, stability for you guys. Yeah, self-control and patience, forgiving and healing energy, success that comes from an objective compromise. Yeah, solutions will appear if we allow, if we're open to them. But remember, we have this challenge card up here. We have to detoxify our energy first. We have to try to focus on the bigger picture and our whys of it and the joys around what we've been doing. We need to get back to that, essentially. Six of Raphael. Embrace your inner child, new friends or rekindled relationships, children or childhood. Yeah, it's kind of remembering the things that brought us joy and happiness, childlike innocence and silliness. It's so undervalued and so needed in today's society. We don't allow this part of ourselves to come out and shine. And I feel like it's exactly what the doctors ordered here for my group twos. There also could be that for some of you, something from the past shows up again, and it is a catalyst for how to move forward and connect to that King of Ariel of success and abundance for you. We just need to trust it when it comes through. This is general, so that's not going to make sense for all of you. But yeah, it's time to embrace your inner child, to joy. And this will help connect you to that two solutions rather. And I feel like the strength that you feel when you're a child, where you feel like you could do anything, there's nothing stopping you, so that you can take that leap of faith. I feel like there's a really strong connection there. Yeah, you've got the Star, which is all about having hope and faith, leap of faith, taking a risk, daring to do something differently and move towards unknown territory, solutions that want to appear, emotional fulfillment through childlike innocence and wonder. This is a strong message for you guys. I feel like life has been difficult for a lot of you and so serious and so busy that you're getting this opportunity to reset this energy and start renewed and make those adjustments from a much higher, happier, more joyful place and embrace this unknown path. Because I come back to this. I really think it's going to bring in some sort of prosperity and abundance for you guys. Beautiful things. Well-deserved things too. Because I feel like a very strong, hardworking energy for my message to choosers. Oop, okay, I'm going to have to pick that one up. It flew out. All right. Oh, geez. Okay, I'm going to pick up that card that I dropped. Okay, so this was the first card that I dropped on the floor, and it was face down. But this is what the front of the card looks like. And it says, begin here. Do not fear what travel brings, my dear. The moment is yours. Begin now here. Pass this card on. Oof. And we've got uncharted territory, adventure, embracing courage, and accepting the uncertainty. Really, really strong message for you guys to move in a direction that you might not have considered, Do not fear what travel brings, my dear. The moment is yours. Begin now here. Yeah, this adjustment, even if you're called into a strange terrain, unknown territory, to make a big, bold move that seems crazy, I feel like it's going to be right for you. And it's like, take a deep breath, sort yourself out, and move, and trust it. Trust where you're guided to go. And it might be that you are leading others to go in the same direction, because we have that pass this card on. But I want to say use your own intuition with that card, because I think it's going to speak to many of you in a different way for whatever reason. I'm making a mess with the cards here today. All right. And then the next card, the front looks like that. Destiny. Wow. One door closes, another opens for you. Let the plans of destiny unravel. True. Wow. And it's another pass this card on. So I do think this is connected to other people, not just for yourself, whether it's a partner or a group or a situation. Again, use your intuition for this message too, because I feel like there's going to be some real personal messages that some of you receive from these divine doors. One door closes, another opens for you. Let the plans of destiny unravel. True. But the biggest message here for you guys is to be open to this new door, to this new thing that you hadn't considered. That might feel a little bit scary because you can't predict the outcome, but it's definitely feeling like yes energy for you guys. And it's a part of your destiny, divine intervention. But we need to sort ourselves out first, right? That's the big call under this lunation, is to make sure that we're feeling good body, mind, soul, that we're releasing negativity and detoxifying our body and our minds and any negativity we've absorbed. Yes, okay. I am going to cut this off with a final message here for my beautiful group 2 choosers. I really feel like this is a massive reset that's going to catapult you into a beautiful new beginning, and one where you couldn't have imagined, but leads to prosperity and abundance of some sort. And this lunation is the catalyst for this energy. Oh, I love these cards, but I hate shuffling them. Expression. So orange, fire, passion, creativity. Express how you feel clearly, lovingly, and honestly without fear of judgment. Say it exactly like it is. All will be resolved when you express to others how you truly feel. Trust in the power of life to guide you and heal all concerned. Self-expression is liberating and healing. And what better lunation than this lunation to express how we feel? Because full moon in Cancer is all about our feelings, all about our emotions. It's about facing them and not burying them, not retreating into our shell and avoiding them. 100% you should be doing this. There's something in this, I think, that's going to help release something from you where it's like messing up and mudding up your energy, but we need to allow ourselves to do it. We need to say yes to expression. Really important for you guys. There's so much beauty on the other side of this energy here for my group 2s. I really, really feel that. But it starts here now. What are you holding on to? What needs to be expressed? And remember, this is not coming from a place of logic and reason necessarily. It's coming from a heartfelt feeling place. So allow those feelings to be heard and seen. All right. I'm going to leave that there. I hope all of you have the most amazing, beautiful day. Take care, guys. Hello, message 3. So as I normally do, I pulled the main overarching energies just to save a little bit of time in the video, but we are going to look at them together. Okay. Prosperity lies ahead, and it says new moon in Taurus. So that could be significant as far as when something comes into culmination or full bloom, essentially, as it's connected to prosperity. Or it could just be Taurus energy, something that you've been building on, something that brings in stability and security. Either way, you've got prosperity that wants to come in. That's a beautiful main energy here. It's Taurus again. Wow. Okay. Strong Taurus energy. And it says know your worth. This is coming on the side of challenge. It is also the new moon in Taurus. So we've got new moon in Taurus here and new moon in Taurus here in challenge. Know your worth. So this always makes me feel like we shouldn't be settling for less than what we know we can have, achieve, do, create, be. And that may be a thing for some of you, that you all have been settling for low-hanging fruit, and Spirit saying that we want to bring you something under this lunation. This will be a catalyst for you to reconnect to your sense of self-worth and to motivate you to keep going on something or with something. Know your worth. A lot of Taurus energy. I'm wondering, are some of you Tauruses, or do you have strong Taurus placements in your birth chart? Let me know in the comments. Okay, now we have Gemini energy, and it says embrace the flow of life. Full moon in Gemini. I feel like for whatever reason, for some of my group 3 choosers, these particular new and full moons moving forward in the new year could be important for you. So maybe have a check to see when they fall, when they happen. Embrace the flow of life. So where are we out of sync? Where have we maybe got a little bit gunked up in our energy field, or maybe leaning a little bit too much into tunnel vision, or we've been feeling stuck in some kind of way? Where can we find more flow? Because this is the advice card from Spirit. Needing to embrace the flow of life, going with the flow a little bit more too. And I always feel like that shows up for us when Spirit has something to say, when the divine says, we've got some answers, some solutions. We want to show you something that will be really beneficial to you, but we can't get it to you because we're stuck in something right now where our energy is kind of closed down to this wisdom and information. So keep that in mind about allowing yourself to go with the flow over the next little while. I think it's going to be really important for you guys. Almost lost all the cards there. Jeez. Unknown path. This came up in message 2 as well. Accept uncertainty and welcome the unexpected adventures with courage. Uncharted journey. This is why we need to be embracing the flow of life, because there's definitely some tunnel vision here, or just locked into a very specific thing or way of doing something, and it's not necessarily helping you at this time. So something unknown, something a little out of the box, different Gemini energy, right? That's definitely more quirky and out of the box thinking, necessary to move things forward and to get to that prosperity energy. Again, unknown path, accept uncertainty, and welcome unexpected adventures with courage. So it's a yes to something new, something different, right? Especially if it feels a little scary for you. They always say if your dreams don't scare you, then they're not big enough. There's something to that kind of energy here for me when I'm thinking of you guys. I mean, it shouldn't scare you so much that, you think you'd have to give up a whole bunch of things or lose out a bunch of things to have the dream. That's not the kind of scary I'm talking about. I mean, it's so unknown and uncertain, but feels so right that it kind of evokes both excitement and fear. If you feel that with something moving forward, if something shows up for you, trust it, follow the niggle, see where it takes you. Look at that, unlock answers. Challenges that obscure your path hold potential for real breakthroughs. Reveal insights. So what are these challenges that are blocking your flow, that are making you feel stuck or stagnant, or where you can't quite find the answers that you need to get things moving? Look at those areas first. I feel like this full moon might highlight them for you. So trust what comes through. This is going to reveal insights for you, just how you can move forward and connect to that energy of prosperity. It says that these challenges that obscure your path hold potential for real breakthroughs. So there's some learning, some lesson, some understanding within the challenge that actually has the answers that you seek. And I feel like you don't need to overthink it. I think it's going to show up for you. It's more about being open to what shows up and trusting it. I think for my group 3s here. Oh, geez. Okay. I love these cards, but they're quite stiff. So just bear with me for a minute here while I get these shuffled. You know what's really strange? This makes no sense whatsoever, but I'm going to say it because I vowed that I would say the weird things that I see in my mind's eye. I'm keep thinking of putting a worm on a hook. So I don't know if that's a metaphorical thing that's coming through, like about to catch something, or, setting yourself up to catch something or to receive something. Bait. Casting your line and seeing what you get. I'm not sure what that's all about, but I'm seeing that. All right. Ten of Gabriel, ask your angels for helpful people to lighten your load. Working too many hours, trying too hard to please others. Okay. Excuse me. I will say that this lunation really highlights our people-pleasing tendencies, right? Because there's an emotional connection to it. We like to be helpful. We like to be nurturing. That could be you. That's who you are as a person. But it could be hindering your forward progress and what you're capable of and what's meant for you. So really give yourself over to looking at that, the company you keep. Ask your angels for helpful people to lighten your load, working too many hours, trying too hard to please others. Yeah. But there's like, it's that energy of this or something better, and spirit's like, there's something better. I definitely think that's something better. Six of Michael, it's the light at the end of the tunnel. Breathe a sigh of relief and make new plans, relocation or travel. Wow. And then we've got that adventure up here, uncharted territory. So this could quite literally, this new thing that wants to come through, this new way forward, could quite literally take you to a new place. But on a metaphorical level, it could just be a new place of employment or a new connection to a new community that you feel very aligned and connected with, and it starts to move mountains for you in a way and brings in some sort of prosperity that you could never have anticipated. Yeah, but just know that there is light at the end of this tunnel, whatever difficulty you've been in, exhaustive energy, trying to please everybody, working too hard. This is coming to an end for you. You've got 2 10s now. We've got 10 of Gabriel, 6 of Michael, and now we've got 10 of Raphael. And right at the center, love and blessings fill your life. Harmonious relationships with family members. Happily ever after. Wow. So, for some of you, this prosperity could be like a prosperous in love and connection and community, in romance, something romantic and beautiful coming through for some of you as well. A beautiful new connection that ends up being a catalyst for all other kinds of prosperity and beautiful things. We've even got little kids in there in the background playing. So for some of you, this could be a bit of a heads up that allowing yourself to move in a new direction, listening to your soul right now, knowing your worth and not settling for less than what you know you deserve could take you on a path and a journey towards your person, to a person that you're going to have a committed, long-term, lasting connection with, relationship with, build a family with. And for others, I think it's just talking about extreme emotional fulfillment, cup overflowing with joy and love, where you feel everything is actually starting to move in a good direction for you, where you feel fulfilled and prosperous in all areas. 2 10s, though, I think 10s are going to be really speaking to my message 3s quite loudly over the next little while. Epiphany. It's Archangel Raziel. Joy through spiritual growth. Be a light to others. Answers that come through meditation. Okay, very direct message. Make some time and space for meditation and reflection, because you will receive answers and epiphanies and understanding about how to move forward, what to move away from, or who, for some of you, I think, and what to move towards. Yeah, be a light to others. I think that you already are that. And we can continue to be a light for others without losing ourselves. I think that's maybe where some of you have struggled, losing yourself so much where you're just worrying about pleasing everybody else and being there for everyone else and forgetting yourself. That needs to shift and change. You matter too. Your needs matter too. Empathic. You're definitely an empathic person who likes to give and nurture. Maybe some of you even have some strong Cancer placements, because Cancers, whether you're a sun, moon, or rising, but especially sun and rising, are very big on nurturing and giving to others. Nice. Okay, release the past. There is a more enriching future coming. And it says, let go and let God. Peace. This is what wants to be ushered your way. A new way forward. I do feel like it means that some of you are going to have to let go of certain people, situations. That's hard. That's tricky. We have to deal with loss and grief, even when we know it's good for us, and letting go of the familiar so that we can move towards something better. So yes, but this eventually and ultimately leads you to a much more peaceful way of being, to your person or your community, where you're seen and valued a lot more. Message 3, but it does require some strength and courage for you to allow yourself to move towards it, right? Because you've got this main energy in the challenge position about knowing your worth. So I really do think you've been settling for far less than you deserve when it comes to people and situations, and spending too much time trying to make everyone else happy instead of yourself. This full moon in Cancer is going to highlight those areas for you in a really strong and powerful way, so you can make more heartfelt, heart-centered decisions to move forward and away from them. Opportunities and epiphanies, spiritual connection to help show you the right way to move forward or best directions for your life. And it feels like yes energy for you guys. Like it feels quite positive. Yeah. Remember, we've got, as the outcome, then we've got peace coming in. Feeling more at peace, more sorted, more centered. I feel like more yourself, where you can be that light, but know that no one's going to take advantage of that light or take you and what you bring and offer for granted. Okay, this one flipped right over, so we're going to go with that. And that's what the front of it looks like. Is that right? Right? And it says, draw down the moon. The forest nymphs dance in sheer delight, singing soft songs, find us in the wild good night. Okay, so this full moon is going to bring intuition. And when it says draw down the moon, rather, it's telling you it's time to listen to your intuition, to make space for meditation as far as connecting to your intuition, with that being your intention. I am opening my crown, my third eye. I'm ready to see. I'm ready to listen to what my intuition has been trying to tell me. I'm open and I'm available to it. Absolutely. Message 3, make yourself available to this, because it's going to show up for you, and it's draw down the moon under this full moon in Cancer. So you will receive. There's another card. Oh. Okay. There's another card that flipped over. I don't know that I need to take it, so I'm just going to go ahead and show it. Forgive and forget, a ritual cleansing of pain and lies. No, wait, sorry, let me read that again. A ritual cleansing of pain and lies, arise and awaken, see a new sunrise. So we need to let go of something from the past. We need to forgive and forget it, not for the others, but for ourselves, so that we can find our way to peace and move forward. I am going to go ahead and just pull another card, though. That one was flipped over in the deck, so I just thought maybe I needed to show that. So looking at where you might need to unstick that kind of energy, because it would definitely act as a bit of a block to your intuition as well, because it's emotional, right? So we could be grappling with that at this time. Release, let go. It's something to do with that grief energy, that even when we know a certain person's situation isn't good for us, it's still hard to move forward because we're comfortable sometimes with the discomfort of where we are. Okay, so there's the front of the card. Oh, that was the right card. It's the same one. Forgive and forget. Yep. Okay, didn't need to do that. That was your card. It was flipped over in the deck. I shouldn't have second guessed it. A ritual cleansing of pain and lies, arise and awaken, see a new sunrise. You have a new beginning that wants to come through. It does mean releasing something. I feel like there is an emotional component to it. It will be a little bit difficult to do, but absolutely necessary to get you into this prosperity lies ahead, abundance of love, connection, community, and financial prosperity too, I think, for a lot of you. Just like your cup overflowing, where everything feels like it's coming together finally for you. Well deserved. Yep. Forgive and forget. I shouldn't have second guessed that because it flipped up in the deck. All right, let's cap this off with a final message here for my beautiful group 3s. Okay. Okay, you're getting an affirmation card here. Be aware of your language and thoughts. The most powerful statement you can ever make, think, or feel is Thank you. Be grateful for all the blessings in your life. As we acknowledge the divine order of life, the universe responds with ever greater blessings. You are a powerful creator. All you say and think resonates through the heart of creation, and creation responds accordingly. And when we're thinking negatively about ourselves, we're second guessing ourselves, we're not seeing our self-worth, we can start a dialogue in our head about who we are and what we think we're capable of and what we think we can't have. So be really mindful of that, because I really think it's connected to that for a lot of you. So just remember to be mindful of your thoughts. As it says, you are a powerful creator, and all you say and think resonates through the heart of creation. So talk to yourself the way that you would a best friend or somebody that you really care about, because we have a strong people-pleasing energy here. We've got somebody who holds a lot of light, very empathic, but you need to give that same love to yourself right now. Message 3. And you deserve it. Know your worth. All right. I don't think there's anything else here I need to touch on. So I think I'll leave that there. And I hope all of you have the most amazing, beautiful day. Take care, guys. Hello, message 4. So I went ahead and pulled the main overarching energies as I normally do to save a little bit of time in the video, but we're going to look at them together. Okay, so we've got New Moon in Aquarius energy, and it says bring love into the situation. All right. So pouring love and beautiful intention into something, someone, a situation. New Moon in Aquarius could be an important time for you. So I think that's going to be, when will that be? At the end of January, I think, will be the New Moon in Aquarius. So that time could be very significant, where you're asked to infuse something with a lot of love and positive feeling. Oh, wow, we've got full moon in Leo energy now, and it's just Leo energy in general. It says go wild. But this is coming in the position of challenge. So where might you be restricting yourselves, or maybe not allowing your whole heart, passionate side to be seen and felt, especially in a community, because we've got Aquarius energy there. I feel like it's necessary and needed. You're allowed to go wild right now. You're meant to go wild. I feel like Spirit's saying it's time to embrace this part of yourself, because it's only going to bring more beauty into your situation. Something about being heartfelt and unguarded in the heart, because Leo governs the heart. Doing everything from that space. Go wild. It's almost there's also I should say, a connection to allowing yourself to be seen when Leo energy shows up. So there's a feeling of, some of you are holding back way too much with that go wild card, but not just physically being seen, but emotionally as well. And how we've got Aries energy, lots of fire and air. Think about what air does to fire too, right? It explodes it, expands it, but it feels like that's exactly what you want to be doing at this time, especially when it comes to meeting other people and in group situations and settings. We've got step into your power, and it's first quarter moon in Aries, so Aries energy, right? A catalyst for something, owning your power, being seen, and being emotionally vulnerable, allowing everyone to see yourself in all forms, warts and all, and bringing your heart-centeredness, your vulnerability into a situation. I'm very curious to see what else this has to do with here. What do people say nowadays? There's something about main character energy that people always say. I think that's actually true for my group 4s. You're about to be the main character moving forward into 2026, or should be allowing yourself to be more of that. But it definitely connects to others, because Aquarius is connections, people, and community. So maybe not holding back in social situations. Being a leader of sorts too, I think, in some way, shape, or form here. But because this is falling under the full moon of Cancer, which is a very watery, emotional moon, there could be some emotional insights that come through under this lunation, or it could be the catalyst for you to start to step into your power and go wild, to make those kinds of decisions for yourself moving forward. So this full moon could highlight some sort of epiphanies, understandings to help you do this. Resilient beauty. Life is more than just surviving. It's finding ways to thrive in adversity, slowly unfolding. Yeah, and you are more resilient than I think you give yourself credit for here. message for, and you need to be seen more in your beauty. Maybe you second guess your beauty of inside and out, not just on the outside, but also inward. And things are slowly unfolding, even if it's not quick enough for you, or you're dealing with some frustration with this or holding yourself back. It's all happening and it's slowly unfolding. I feel like this is more of a reminder to let you know that you are resilient, that you are beautiful inside out, and the world and situations need more of this part of you. And it says life is more than just surviving. It's finding ways to thrive in adversity, slowly unfolding. Yeah. Yeah. Going wild more, bringing love into everything, stepping into your power would absolutely help take you out of the energy of just being in survival mode. Wow. This card showed up in, I think, 3 messages. This is on a different side, though. Unknown path. Accept uncertainty and welcome unexpected adventures with courage. Brave heart, lion energy, Leo energy. Uncharted journey. You're definitely going to be led somewhere where you're going to be asked to step into your power, to be seen more. Your heart being seen, your thoughts, your ideas, no matter how weird or quirky you think they are, all going to be asked to be brought out more as you move forward in 2026. An unknown path opening up for you. Unexpected adventure. Now, because it's on this side, it's kind of coming in from spirit, not as a challenge, but something that's more likely to occur. So that's the difference here from your message to the 2 others that it came out in. So keep that in mind. Something is going to show up for you, something uncertain, but it's saying that there's adventure here, that you should embrace this with that sense of courage and go wild, go for it energy. An uncharted journey, something that you couldn't have anticipated. And I feel like it will be helpful in not feeling like you're just in survival mode and, can't embrace these beautiful new things that are going to show up for you, if that makes sense. All right, let's pull some more cards. And it feels like it's not an if, it's a when, this unknown path that starts to show up for you. It's not if it does, it's when it does. You want to be ready for it. You want to step into your power and say yes to it. You want to go wild. And bring all the love, right? Not that survival mode energy into it. Okay. So the first card that fell out for you guys here, 7 of Ariel, you have invested wisely. Have patience and wait for the harvest. Review your progress and make plans for your next endeavor. That unknown path that's going to open up. And then we've got life is more than just surviving. It's finding ways to thrive in adversity, and resilient beauty. There's something about that resiliency here, right? Knowing that you have invested wisely, that you're doing the right things, that you're moving in good directions, and even more directions are going to show up for you, but they're a little less known to you. I would say actually a lot less known to you. And that might scare you a little bit, but you're meant to move towards them. And I think just trusting yourself, right? Like the lotus unfolds slowly, as it says, slowly unfolding. Really lean into patience as much as you can. Don't try to force anything. Allow it to come to you because it really does feel like it's going to. You've invested wisely. That's the biggest message. Yeah. Review your progress and make plans for your next endeavor. I feel like that's quite important. Review your progress. Focus on all the things that you've done and that you've done well. And allow yourself to give yourself that proverbial pat on the back for it. Look at this, new beginnings. Starting a new life, finding your purpose, a forgiving and compassionate review of the past. Make plans for, and this is saying review your progress. A real big energy around reviewing, going over, looking over your past year, everything that you've done or that you feel like you've put a lot of time, effort, and energy into, the people that you've kept. This full moon is going to highlight the emotional feeling and all those kinds of aspects around these things so that you can look at them and say, okay, how do I want to bring this forward into 2026? How do I want to feel? Did that serve me or do I need to let that go? I feel like there's going to be some things to let go of that you're not going to want to bring forward with you because new beginnings are at hand here. Beautiful new beginnings. Starting a new life, yeah. Finding your purpose. And letting yourself off the hook for things that you think that you got wrong. Again, coming more focused into what you got right and allowing yourself some grace and some gratitude and compassion for those things. That pat on the back. Right. 2 of Ariel. It's important to have balance, working multiple jobs or projects at once, making work fun. Yeah. And that's coming in to bring love into the situation. It's more easy to go into exhaustive, I'm over this kind of energy when we're feeling overworked and overburdened, when we can't see the fruits of our labor, when we're not sure what's coming next. But this is highlighting a lot of beautiful things are coming next. So as much as you can, anchor everything that you're doing in love. I feel like this brings in that new beginning much quicker. It shows you, it takes you to that unknown path quicker when we can embrace that kind of energy. Sorry, I shut down there for a second. Take great pride in your excellent work. Practice makes perfect. Consider getting additional education or training. Okay, so 8 of Ariel, right? Your hard work is paying off. Even if you can't see that, you've been doing the right things, making good moves, an unknown path to learn more and even to gain more knowledge, wisdom, just expertise in something might be opening up to you. This feels like, yes, embrace that. It's going to be really helpful for you in the long run. But you really need to take a minute to give yourself credit for everything that you've been doing right. Yeah. And I just don't think that you have been here, message 4. Six of Raphael, embrace your inner child, new friends or rekindled relationships, children or childhood, bringing love into the situation. It's something that you're doing here, message 4, has been very, very good. You've put a lot of time, effort, energy, and I think even emotional energy into it. And you might be at this energy right now where you're feeling frustrated and like exhausted. And has it all been worth it? And I feel like the answer is yes. We need to get back to that energy of love and embrace our inner child, because you've got new energy that's going to be shipped your way, new beginnings, where there's even more fulfillment, where you start to see the fruits of any kind of labors of love that you've been working on come into fruition, to start to bloom, as well as brand new things, new beginnings, new people and situations. And if we're ready for it, by way of allowing ourselves to be seen, by going wild, by speaking our truth, by bringing love into a situation and knowing and owning our power, we draw even more of this gorgeous energy towards us. And that's what it's feeling like for you guys. Yeah. Yep. I'm just trying to think if I'm missing anything here. We've got 6 and then 7 and then 8. And then a 20 here and a 2 here. So that's a lot of numbers. Why am I so attracted to all those numbers? That could be significant for some of you. Use your own intuition to discern what that might mean for you. But I'm really attracted to that 6, 7, 8. And then we've got 20, which is a 2 and 2. Strange. I'm really, really pulled towards those numbers right now. Okay, so that's what the image there looks like. Distant dream. The distant calls your heart to roam free. As you dare dream it, so must it be. Pass this card on. Okay, something that you're passionate about, something that's very heart-centered and connected to your soul, your purpose, and your passion is going to come in and come on back online in a really big way. You're already working hard. You've already been putting a lot of effort, learning, trying things, surviving, with all the effort and hard work that you've been putting in. But there is something from the past that wants to come through, that wants you to pay attention to it, because it's going to lead you into even more joy and prosperity, where you're in your power, where your heart is open, where you're really following divine nudges and wisdom in the best possible way, leading to you to love energy and prosperity, where this new beginning feels like it's going to be connected to beautiful people and situations and community, as well as something quite prosperous. Yes. Okay, and then there's the other door. Oh my gosh, you got a lot of lotus energy. The sacred lotus. Compassion and action, the chosen tool. I see now the lotus in your spirit's jewel. I think you have sold yourself out a little bit. You sell yourself short. You don't always see the beauty within you, slowly unfolding like the lotus here. And now we've got the lotus here. Yeah, don't shortchange yourself, message 4. You have a lot to offer. You have so much beautiful energy to give to others. You have a heart that should be seen. You hold a lot of light, a lot of courage, a lot of resilience, and a lot of strength. You may be in survival mode right now and working really, really hard. And some of that work is going to pay off for you in dividends and deserves your praise for yourself. But there's even more that wants to come through that's going to lead to beautiful things. Again, beautiful people, situations, prosperity of some kind. You need to trust in this part of yourself. I see now the lotus in your spirit's jewel. That's you, seeing yourself in that light. That main character energy that I feel for you guys. Yeah, I feel like 2026 wants to see you in that energy even more. Embrace your inner child more too. Allow that part of yourself to be seen, because again, I can't shake that feeling that it leads to beautiful things, situations, and people. Opportunities as well. I really feel like this full moon is going to bring in some kind of epiphany, wisdom, guidance, out of the blue, out of left field, an opportunity, something along those lines that might seem insignificant at first, but it's going to lead you to this beautiful new beginning in general for your life, where everything's finally moving in a direction that suits you and is meant for you, where you're really in your power and purpose. All right. Trust. You are looking at a situation from a purely physical perspective, and therefore you cannot see the bigger picture and the blessings interwoven within this event. We, your angels, urge you to trust, for all will work out in the best way possible. Let go of your fear and apprehension and allow God's healing energy to flow to you. Trust, for all will heal in ways you never thought possible. Ooh, I love that for you guys. Bringing love into whatever the situation is or was, wherever you're holding on to fear, where you're living from a place of survival mode instead of authenticity, heart openness, wild passion, purpose. This is going to shift. This is going to change, but you need to trust not only what's happening in and around you, even if it was hard, but yourself. I really feel that strongly for a lot of my group 4s. Trust. Absolutely. I don't know why. I don't know who this is for, but I feel like some of you are going to feel a spontaneous healing or an activation move through your physical body, and it might shock you a little bit. I think that might happen for some of you. I don't know why I'm feeling like I needed to say that, but I feel like fear not if that happens. I think I feel like it's going to be a massive burst of healing energy, like especially in and around the time of this full moon. Okay, I'm going to leave that there. I hope all of you have the most amazing, beautiful day. Take care, guys.